Hello, this is Claire Humphreys from the Women's Marketing Club, and I'm here with Lisa Lindfield, and I'm very excited to speak to her and find out a bit more about her business. Lisa, welcome.
Thank you very much.
So tell me, what do you do?
Okay, so for the past 18 years, I've run a company called LSR Storage, and we deal with all things storage. So we specialise in secure document storage for archiving for businesses, and also general household furniture storage, commercial and residential. We also do secure document shredding as well, so various different types of avenues.
Right, and you're based in...
We're based in Markyate, which is just off the A5, but we cover all of Herts, Beds and Bucks and London. So basically anybody that needs our services, we're there.
In those areas, brilliant, okay. And what inspired you to do that?
Well, it was really the fact that I did run a business originally with my ex-husband, a small transport company. And when we split, I thought I didn't really want to go back to working what I did previously, which was legal secretarial work. I was doing that since I was 15. And we did a little bit of storage. We've done a few removals and storage. So I thought, you know, legal background. I thought I'd ask all the local solicitors, who mainly I temped for many years anyway, whether they would want any of those sort of services. And some of them said yes, some of them said no, we've already got it sorted, but a few of them came on board with me, and that's kind of where it started from, really.
Wow, that's brilliant. What a great idea.
Well, it was just a niche market, and I just thought it was something that I could do to build the business at the time.
And how has that been? Has it been a good journey for you?
It's been a hard journey. I mean, for the most part, I mean, I've been a single parent for the past, well, my son's nearly 18 now, and I started it when he was 1. My daughter was 7, coming on 8, so 2 young children on my own. So it was difficult, but it was a choice I made. It's been a good journey, a hard journey, but one that I'm quite proud of. Wow.
Yeah, that must be quite something to have small children starting out a business and being on your own. I am full of admiration.
Well, there's lots of women out there that do it, so it's nothing special, but it's an achievement in itself.
It is an achievement, definitely, absolutely, and I think it is special. You're just used to it because that's what you've done, but you know, I think like a lot of women, we don't always give ourselves the credit for these things that we do.
I think it's because we just do it every day as a matter
of exactly. We just get on with it, don't we?
Exactly. So, just get on.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. So what's been the best thing about setting up on your own in business?
I think initially when the kids were younger, I wanted to be a stay-at-home sort of mum as well as obviously earn an income to keep a roof over our heads and food in our bellies. And so, you know, I think that was one of the bonuses for me at that time, was being there in the 6 weeks holidays. I could be there for the kids as well as running the business from home, which is where I started from. So as the kids grew up, got older, I think it's just really just having the freedom. Although it's a very hard work, you're working long hours, running your own business, but it's just that freedom, having that achievement that you're doing something for yourself and for your family. So I think that's really what spurred me on throughout the years.
So what's been the hardest thing for you, or the most difficult thing in running your business, and how did you overcome that?
Okay, so the hardest thing running my business was being on my own, not having a partner, business partner, or a relationship partner throughout that time. So obviously when you run your own business, there's lots of things that you want to ask someone, rely and lean on, and I didn't have that, so that was quite hard. What really kept me going and made those changes for me was actually doing networking, and it was meeting other women and men alike that are inspiring to me, that were running their own businesses, had the same similar challenges that I had, and they were doing it, and I found that I could lean on them and ask them questions as well as them asking me. So it was quite a good working relationship with these people. So that's how I kind of got through being on my own. I just felt that through networking it worked for me, and I wasn't on my own anymore.
Well, that sounds amazing. That's a really nice thing to hear about networking. So I think a lot, you know, we've talked quite a lot in some of these podcasts about how difficult it can be, how lonely it can be, I think, when you set up first and you feel like you're the only one a lot of the time. So, you know, networking can be quite invaluable, and having some kind of a community around you to support you, I think that's really important, whether it's to help you back up those decisions or have people to bounce off, or just for a bit of company, because it's quite hard, I think, especially if you're a single mum like you were.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite an independent person, so initially it's very hard to ask for help. and ask questions of people. You think, oh, you know, why I shouldn't have to do that because I'm so independent. I just feel that, oh, why shouldn't I be asking these questions? But when you get to do network and you meet people, you realise you're all in the same boat and you're all kind of going through the same struggles. And to me, it's all about helping each other. You know, even though you run your own businesses, you know, we are a community, we are human beings and the human race, and we should be there to help each other.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really nice thing to think. You do have to get over that, don't you? That idea of not accepting help and thinking you can do everything on your own. Because at the beginning, you know, yeah, it's difficult because you don't know everything. So it's great to have.
100%.
And I think that's a good thing about networking. Were you sort of doing lots of different networking, or have you sort of been in one particular group, or?
Not really. Over the years, I mean, I've done, you know, all different types of networking, small groups, little coffee clubs, you know, it varied really depending on my time and where I was at that particular time and where they were and if I could get to them. Obviously with children when they're younger you have restraints sometimes and things, got to pick them up from school and all the rest of it, but as they've got older my time's been a lot more freer, so I've been able to go to a lot more different networking groups, but I wouldn't say one has been more valuable than the other. They've all got different diverse people in them that all helped me along the way.
Oh, that's brilliant to hear. So you might have already answered this question, but what has helped you to grow your business and attract more clients?
Right, well, I think for me and for most people it's just being yourself. You know, I think even though we're all business people, we're trying to start our own business or grow our businesses, we connect with other people. And I think you've got to be true to yourself at the end of the day. And then that will come through in what you're trying to sell, what you're trying to do, how you're trying to promote your business. You know, you make connections. And it's all about, as I said before, with networking, it's all about helping other people. And if you help other people, it will help you as well in return. So that's kind of the premise that I work on. And that's really the structure that I kind of base my business on, is trying to help other people. And I look at it as that. And that's kind of how my business has grown, through recommendations, making connections, recommending other people, and then they recommend me. And
that's a really nice way of looking at it, because I know a lot of the time when people go to networking, and I think it's a mistake that a lot of people make in the beginning, kind of think, oh, I'm going to networking and I must see what I can sell and tell everyone what I do, and we can worry that, oh, I listened to somebody else and I didn't get to say what I do and all of this stuff. And it's quite interesting that actually you get the value from listening and learning and like you say,
100%.
being helpful and just letting people get to see you rather than trying to sell to people. I think that's a really good tip.
Through networking, that's great. Obviously, you still need to promote your business and you need to be advertising and knowing the right routes and the right marketing strategy to have for your business. But ultimately, for me, it's all about being personal and being yourself.
Yeah. So what advice would you give if somebody is setting up in their business? What would be the advice you'd give?
Well, I mean, don't be afraid to ask for help. Get information, gather as much information, go to networking groups, look online, research as much as you can, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be so independent and feel on your own, because you're never on your own. There's always people out there that are willing to literally help you, and it doesn't always cost money. A little bit of help and advice from the majority of people is free, and we're happy to give it freely as well. So I think it's just be yourself and just don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah, thank you. I love that. That's really nice. Is there any book that's particularly helped you or inspired you on your journey, whether with yourself in terms of sort of self-development or a business tome you've picked up on the way?
Okay, well, I've read many sort of self-help books over the years, but obviously Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus always sticks in my head, because that was kind of like an opening block for me, like the light just went on, just knowing and understanding the differences between the sexes. I mean, it just made me communicate with men differently on a better level. We're all geared up and wired up to is communicate, and I think with any business, whether it's a personal development or with a business, we need to communicate with each other. I mean, women communicate for the most part extremely well with each other. We understand each other very well, but understanding the male sex is always another thing.
I'm sure they'd say the same about us.
I'm sure they do. But that book, I mean, is definitely an eye opener, and it's just so true, and it's always stuck in my mind. And I always refer back to that book when I'm talking to men and having conversations. It just makes me really understand the level that their thought process is. It's all about your thought process and how you think. And once you understand how we all think, then we can communicate a lot better. That's what we need to do in life generally and in business.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think a lot of the women that I've interviewed have mentioned the role of mindset, and I think that is an absolute essential thing to consider in your own business. I think people think of, oh, I need business skills and this, that, the other, but actually starting with yourself, that's definitely the most important
thing.
And
learning to communicate as well, and to be, as I say, communicate and be true to yourself, 100%.
Yeah, lovely. That's brilliant. Thank you, Lisa. Yes. And do you have a special offer or anything like that we can put out to our listeners?
Okay, well, anyone is free to call me on my mobile, which is 0790 425 9765, or email me. The email will be info@lsrstorage.com. And there's lots of free advice all the time. You know, if anybody wants any information on anything storage, we're specialists in storage. And also there's always freebies, there's always sort of discounts, offers going on. So whatever they need and whatever I can do to help anybody, just give me a call or an email, and I'll do my best to, you know, give them advice and help them out as much as I can.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Lisa. I know myself exactly how helpful you are. I've met you on a few occasions over the years doing networking events, and it was nice to bump into you recently, and you've helping me now by I'm obviously moving house very soon, so a nice.
Well, more than happy to
appreciate your help. So I can certainly vouch for Lisa's friendliness and helpfulness. So definitely do give her a call if you've got any questions about archiving or storage or anything that she's talked about today. So I can promise you a warm and friendly welcome. So is there have you got a website or something like that where people can look you up, or
yes,
or is the email the best? What
they can look on the website, but generally emailing is fine. But the website address is obviously www.lsrstorage.com. So you can check the website out and see all the services that we do, or as I say, they can email or telephone me directly. Happy to speak to them.
Fantastic. Lisa, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for talking to me today. It's been really lovely to find out a bit more about you and your business. Thank you.
Thank you.